Late winter or early spring is the time to prune your roses. And a couple things you'll need, of course, are regular standard pruning shears. And when you get into a big bush like this, you may even need what we call a lopping shears. Now, the important thing is to do this. Any cane that is the size of a pen, cut back to about 6 inches from the ground. Any cane then that is the size of your little finger, go 12 inches, 6-inch increments in other words. Any cane that is the size of your forefinger up to about 18 inches and thumb-sized or larger, try to keep under 2 feet. Okay, with that in mind, let's prune. And the first thing we want to do with the rose is to get out the center part to open up the plant and allow for good air circulation and sunlight exposure. So we'll take those center canes out, and here's an old cane. Let's get rid of it too. Here's another one here. So now you see we've eliminated quite a few of the canes to begin with. And we'll go in now and always prune to an outside bud. So it's quite obvious here is an outside bud. And this one's about the size of my little finger. So we'll come up about 12 inches and prune just above that outside bud. Now notice one other thing. As I prune that, I'm making the pruning cut so that any moisture that hits this cut will run down the inside of the cane, not down into that bud. Okay, let's do these others then very quickly. This one's a little bit larger, and it's going to be difficult for you to see it, but there's an outside bud right there, and it's about the same size, so we'll cut it at about 1 foot in height. And since this is a small cane, we'll go quite a ways back. And again, we've got to be careful. We don't want any of the buds to go inside. We want them to all come outside. So I'll look for a side bud, and there is one right there that'll force the growth outward. In other words, the growth will develop in this manner. See, we don't want any growth inside. We want it all outside. Very simple procedure if you follow just a few simple rules. Now, here's an outside bud here, and we'll prune just above that like so. And on this cane here, there's an outside bud right here. Unfortunately, it's at a point where you can't see it, but I'll make the pruning cut just above that outside bud. And in this large cane here, by the way, this is an old cane, and I'm going to take it out completely, because what we want to do is encourage new growth, new canes. That revitalizes the plant. Now, what have we accomplished? We're going to keep the plant down in size by cutting it back severely. We're going to introduce large, long stems and beautiful large flowers. And that's exactly what you do. Don't be afraid to prune those roses, and now's a good time to do it.